The summer anime season is here. Do you have any shows you plan to watch? This show is incredibly interesting. I'm most excited about. Just erotic manga. Seriously. Hi guys, it's me, Aiki. On this channel, I'll be recommending manga and anime that you absolutely have to check out. Today, I'll be sharing some anime that I am anticipating after loving the original manga series. For each show, I will discuss the initial premise and the highlight of the work. I have 4 recommendations for you. Let's dive in and see which one is most interesting. Okay, my first recommendation is this. 2.5 次元の誘惑. From the key visual alone, you can just feel the otaku vibe, can't you? So, what's the story about? Masamune Okumura, a high school sophomore and the president of the manga research club, is a hardcore otaku who loves the 2D character Lilio above all else. One day, a new student named Luisa Amane joins the club. She also loves Lilio and wants to become her. Also, Masamune has no interest in 3D women. He discovers the potential of a 2.5D world through Risa, who passionately cosplays and embodies Lilio. This story is a hot-blooded youth cosplay romantic comedy about otaku. Now, as you might have guessed from the synopsis, this is an extreme otaku-centric work. For those who have read this comic, you will know that the first volume is basically just erotic manga. Seriously, it's so filled with edgy scenes that I almost stopped reading halfway through the first volume of comics. But then it transforms. It's not just about eroticism. It evolves into something like sports manga. Yes, from there, it gets incredibly interesting. It's like a cultural crime sports manga. Even after the initial ecchi part, which remains throughout, the story becomes so captivating that you won't even notice them anymore. The characters' sincere dedication to cosplay turns into a compelling and passionate narrative. The story delves into the art of cosplay, what it represents, and how it impacts their lives. It becomes a classic coming-of-age story that anyone, otaku or not, can enjoy as a human drama. They also mentioned that the explicit content from the manga will be toned down in the anime, with certain scenes being intentionally omitted. So, we can expect the anime to focus more on the story and character rather than just the fan service. I truly believe this anime will be an enjoyable show. Okay, let's talk about my second recommendation is この世界は不完全すぎる. In terms of pure entertainment, this might be the #1 show of the season. It has the potential to be a major hit. In a peaceful countryside village, a young girl named Nicola leads a quiet and eventful life, but her daily routine is suddenly disrupted. While gathering firewood in the meadow, she and her friends are confronted by a swarm of dragons as the villagers flee in panic. Nicola is almost trampled, but she's saved by a mysterious man named Haga, who identifies himself as a seeker. He instructs Nicola to return to the village, leaving her heart pounding with excitement from the unusual event. That evening, the dragon attacked the village. Following Haga's instructions, Nicola and the villagers flee. Haga faces the dragon alone. As the fierce battle drags on and Haga being to struggle, Nicola and the villagers come to his aid. With everyone's help, they defeat the dragons, and Nicola decides, I want the strength to face challenges too. Please take me with you on your journey, Haga hasty and then responds. I can't. I'm sorry, Nicola. It's just not possible. Suddenly, Nicola and the other villagers start to burn. What on earth is happening in this world? This show is incredibly interesting. By the way, the synopsis I just gave is deliberately misleading for those who haven't read the original work. If you are already hooked and think, this sounds awesome, I want to watch it, feel free to skip ahead to my next recommendation. For those sticking around, let's dive deeper into the main story and the world building. Ready? Here we go. First off, the Haga, the man who saves Nicola, is actually main protagonist. And guess what? This world isn't real. It's a fully immersive VR game world, similar to Sword Art Online, where players wear headgear or enter a game pod and experience the game with all their scenes. Haga is debugger, someone who checks for bugs in a game before its release. The earlier synopsis describes what's known as a losing event, where no matter what, the village is destined to be destroyed, and Haga was testing a part of error. That's why he has seen Nicola and the villagers die countless times. This is just the middle of the first episode. Now, Haga is part of 5-member chief of debugger in this game world, but during their testing, an accident occurred, trapping everyone in the game. Unable to log out, a year has passed since then, and there's no sign of being able to log out. They continue their debugging task while trying to unravel the mystery of why they can't leave the game. This show promises high-quality storytelling based on the original work, so I'm confident you will enjoy it. Okay, the third recommendation is 僕の妻は感情がない. Out of all the shows I'm introducing today, this is the one I'm most excited about. A single salaryman named Takuma buys a used budget version of household robot named Super Mina from the second-hand store. After jokingly asking the used Mina to be his wife, she begins to exhibit behaviors not found in her manual. Using her function to the fullest, Mina strives to be the best wife she can be, and Takuma starts treating her as his real wife. Original manga is absolutely fantastic. The idea of Lord, which shouldn't understanding human emotions, gradually starting to act in ways outside its programming, makes her almost seems human. This brings up the then of the connection between a machine and life, which is often explored in stories about Android. The series delves into how these relationships affect society and the people involved. Also exists at presenting situation, various perspectives, the human perspective, different standpoints within human society, and the perspective of non-human entitled. Unlike many stories that favor the protagonist, this one doesn't strictly adhere to that, allowing for a narrative can veer towards a happy or sad ending. Now, I have to admit, when I first read the manga, I almost gave up after the first volume. Takuma, the protagonist, is incredibly cringe-worthy. His growing infatuation with Robert that initially displayed no emotion is too much. But I eventually decided to give the series another shot, and I'm so glad I did. Mina, the robot playing the wife role, is a budget model with a very mechanical appearance and limited expressions. Yet, she gradually starts to show signs of emotion, joy, anger, sadness, even though she's not supposed to. This development is truly fascinating. The story features a large cast of characters, each with their own depth and charm. I can't predict how far the anime will go in adapting the manga, but I highly recommend watching the anime, and if you enjoy it, picking up the original manga as well. Okay, the fourth and final my recommendation is 負けヒロインが多すぎる! For those of you wondering what losing heroine is, let me explain. Our protagonist, Kazuhiko Nukumizu, considers himself a background character. One day, he accidentally witnessed the popular girl in his class, Anna Yanami, being rejected by a male classmate who is also her childhood friend. From then on, Kazuhiko started getting involved with Anna and many other losing heroines or make heroines like her. Yes, that's right. In romantic comedy series, I wanted to tell you. A losing heroine refers to the girl who doesn't get chosen by the protagonist. A classic example is the childhood friend who has always been close to the protagonist, but ends up losing her spot as the main heroine to a new character. In anime, common traits of losing heroine often included blue hair and short hairstyle, or blonde twin tails, though this isn't always the case. This show centers around the protagonist who finds himself in the midst of these losing heroines' moments. Getting involved with various makes heroine. Why it may sound like a simple premise, it's surprisingly entertaining. Story delves into an aftermath for these heroines who lost the battle of love, kind of like rehabilitation for them. It's a side of romance that usually doesn't get much attention, and it's done in a very interesting way. For this season's romantic comedy, I have high hopes for this one. If you love rom-coms, you definitely don't want to miss it. Okay, today's essential knowledge about Japan is extracurricular activities or club activities. In Japan, middle and high school last 3 years each, and almost every school has extracurricular activities we call bukatsu. This activity takes place after school, where students can deeply learn or train in a particular area, often participating in competition related to their activity. There are sports clubs like baseball, football, basketball, swimming, and judo, as well as cultural clubs like literature, drama, photography, brass band, shogi, journalism, and astronomy. You will often see these club activities featured in anime you watch, including those discussed in today's videos. The majority of students participate in some form of club activities. Those who do not belong to any club are referred to as the going home club, Kitakubu. For those in a sports club, the main nationwide competitions usually take place in the summertime. The Japanese years start in April, so first year to third year students compete together in the summer tournament. Typically, after this summer tournament, third year students retire from activity to focus on study for entrance examination. Therefore, the summer tournament holds a lot of significance for third year students, making the end of their youth sports journey. It's a very emotional event, as a singles can end their tournament run, bringing their dedication and efforts to a close. Additionally, clubs often have training camps, usually before or after the summer tournament. These camps are intensive training sessions where students stay somewhere for a few days and practice the club activities all day. This is a common thing in Japan, and even those in the going home club are aware of it. Understanding this flow of time in the club activities can enhance your enjoyment of Japanese manga and anime. I will be picking up recommended shows again just before the autumn anime season, so please look forward to it. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Manga and anime are truly amazing. See you next time. Mata ne!